Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Y Caliber. We're playing Knights of the Fallen Empire, an expansion for Star Wars The Old Republic. This is the Agent story continued. We need to take readings for groundwater, and we're going to pretend that we're all alone out here, even though we clearly are not. Now, where's the nearest one is up here. So we're gonna go and, oop.
Take a breath. Challenge accepted and met.
Good job, Lana. Okay. Let's hope that this groundwater is potable.
When Darth Mar and I faced Valkeyn, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkan invaded soon after, claiming that an outlander had assassinated his father, the immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously.
Oh dear.
They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakul's sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete.
Pretty bad news then. All around. What? Oh, you want to fight? It's alright, we can fight. Don't you worry. You're all done
Somewhat
soon.
worthy opponent.
I wouldn't say worthy in any case, but, you know, you tell them what you want. You didn't see that. There's no one over there. There's no one else here. It's just us in this swamp.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once.
Unfortunate.
Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
Oof. Brutal. This war did not go well for the people in our part of the galaxy, did it? The Eternal Empire seems to have come in and just stomped all over us. Deeply upsetting for everyone involved. It's neat that they're telling the story in this way. Little conversations, snippets here and there.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought Arkan's invasion ruthlessly and lost. The Empire's treaty was ultimately negotiated by the Minister of Logistics.
The only one left,
Chancellor Suresh also refused to discuss surrender, but the Republic Senate managed to overrule her. A cadre of senators negotiated their own ceasefire terms. All of those senators have since been disgraced or dismissed. I'm sure you can imagine the likely culprit.
I can.
What about Sith intelligence?
I'm no longer part of the organization, but I know that most of its assets were wiped out in the fighting. From what I've heard, Empress Asina prefers to rely on technological surveillance rather than direct intervention. I'm not sure what, if any, reconstruction has taken place. So far, the treaties with Zakul have held. But that will not last forever.
How can it? People will get frustrated, and they'll want to fight back. Retake what they've lost. It's inevitable. The question is there any chance? And perhaps at the Gravestone there is. Alright, we need better grave water then. The the groundwater available here is just not up to snuff. So let's see if we can find a better option. Swamp lurkers. I wonder how much of this we can get through without battling everything we come across. Oh, Lana's back there fighting them. No, she's not. Because I'm on this thing. Alright, I've got this ability.
Take a breath. Challenge accepted and met. That's the end of that one.
Alright. Better sources of swamp water. Not particularly interested in wiping out all the native life in this swamp. There's some issues with Cull going on here.
Somewhat worthy opponent.
Okay. A little further and deeper in and we should get where we're going. Hello. Oh, jeez. Terrifying.
Never stood a chance.
Okay. So you've been taken down, that's great. What terrible helmet do we have here? Oh. Oh, it's so ugly. It's the grossest one yet. Okay, so we should have an option for groundwater around here then. But we have to go up. You'd think you'd want to keep closer to the ground, really, if you're looking for groundwater. Closer to the source would be better. But I guess this seems to be a spring, so works for me. Big old tree growing out of it.
A freshwater spring. It should be safe for drinking.
Let's check for any little bacteria or viri. Just gonna deal with purification when it becomes an issue.
The fleet overwhelmed both the Republic and the Empire. What was the result?
Both sides are forced to pay a heavy tribute to Zakul, mainly raw materials and resources. They're also held under an arms limitation statute. The Empire and the Republic are both breaking it, of course, but they're still incapable of challenging the throne directly.
Who rules the Empire now?
Darth Asina was the only Dark Council member left standing. All others died or disappeared in the chaos. Without opposition, she declared herself Empress of the Sith.
And the
Really?
Republic?
Suresh remains in power, though she no longer holds the title of Chancellor. The Republic has limits to their ruler's terms, but her replacement is a mere puppet. Both sides see this only as an opportunity to eliminate one another at a time of weakness,
Of course they
instead
do.
of combining what strength they have.
Fools, all of them.
Arkan does nothing to prevent violence between them, so long as their tribute is paid and no one challenges Zakul's superiority.
What does Arkan use a tribute for? Zakul doesn't seem to need much.
A question no one else seems to ask or answer, not in any detail. Zakul's empire spans a sizable portion of wild space, but not enough to consume the resources they're acquiring. I've been working to learn the answer myself. Powerful Zakulan battle stations have been placed in orbit around key worlds to watch for possible uprisings. But there are no ongoing planetary occupations.
So most
The
likely...
ships of the Eternal Fleet simply patrol at random, while the tribute paid to Zakul gradually chokes all economic potential.
That's the purpose of them.
What about my team? My ship?
I have allies looking for them as we speak. With all of the chaos of the last few years, though, it will take time to find them all. For now, we make do with ourselves, Koth, and HK.
You obviously put a lot of thought into getting me out. Did you think about what would come after?
Of course, though I admittedly didn't plan on being stranded in this swamp. For now, let's take things one step at a time.
So why me? You clearly went to a lot of trouble to get me out of Carbonite.
That's the million-dollar question.
Before you were captured, you accomplished things no one else dared to attempt. You changed the galaxy more than once, and if things have ever needed to change, now is the time.
No pressure, though.
But there is something else. I've felt it since the moment I found you in Carbonite. There's a power in you. Something new. It's elusive, but I know it's there.
I think you're right, Lana. I think the Emperor, Valkeyn, is in my mind.
What?
After he died, there was a storm of energy. I barely even remember being thrown into the carbon freezing chamber. And then, while I was frozen, I saw things. Dreamed about him, about everything that happened while I was gone.
It can't be. If he were controlling you, I'd know it. I certainly saw enough of it on Ziost.
He doesn't control me. He's not strong enough. All of his power is just an illusion.
Deception is his greatest tool, yes, but we shouldn't discount his influence so quickly. I believe in you. And I appreciate your honesty. I'll remain watchful for any influence he might have over you.
It's probably for the
time
best.
being, though, we have no choice but to proceed.
What about the others?
They wouldn't understand. And like you said, we really don't know anything for sure yet. Let's keep the matter between us for now.
Probably the wisest choice at the moment.
Salutation. It is a pleasure to see you again so soon, Masters. I have encountered minimal resistance in my patrol.
So what did you hear?
Reassurance. Only one Sky Trooper and 3 local predators with poor survival instincts. Our position appears to be secure at this time, but I would still advise caution on your return trip, Masters.
Keep up the good work, HK.
Appreciation. It will be my pleasure to do so, Master.
This is a very different HK model than the ones we're used to. HK-47 wouldn't have cared. Speak to Koth on the Gravestone. I think we're gonna get his face out for a little while there. How's the dark side corruption looking? Oh, horrible? That's good. That's good. Alright, back to the Gravestone. We'll see how things are looking as we continue on our mission to uncover the truth and defeat that Eternal Empire. Ah, this way then. Oop. No one saw that. There we go. These doors need some work, I think. But I'm sure Koth is keeping busy with that. I'm glad we brought this gonk droid full of credits. We'd be in trouble otherwise, you know? Gonk indeed, my friend. Gonk indeed. Alright, Koth, tell me what you got.
Hey there. Did you find something tasty?
We definitely found something.
Great. I've got a pretty good idea of the parts we'll need. Let's go see what we can find.
If you say so, buddy. I assume we're buddies. He was your buddy, wasn't he? Aren't we buddies? You can give yourself 50 points for that one. Come on, door. It's gonna take a while, I think, to get this ship up to spec. But it's a nice ship. I like it. What's this? Find the power core. Sure. If I can find that stuff while I'm on my way, why wouldn't I? You know, it's free speeder. Pretty good deal, you know. Speaking of speeders. Okay, I thought that was going to be a way up. Clearly I was wrong. Down the other way then. Is there a way up here? Looks like it. Alright, we found the repulsor lifts. We're the best. I'm sure there will be at least 2 more pieces because that's what we're looking for, right? Yeah, there's another one, the stabilizer. And finally... Whoop. The last one that we need. Large technological object, but not the one that we're looking for. Unfortunately. Uh-oh. Is a sneeze coming on? I avoided it. I evaded that sneeze like a kung fu master. Oh, we have to go all the way back down there. You know what? Why not? Why wouldn't we want to do that? I'll meet you down at the bottom. It wasn't the same frame at the bottom, as I noticed after I took a few steps towards it. There's a frame up here, in fact, instead.
Stay on your feet.
I will happily take it, and I'll bring it out for a spin. Nice. I've always liked the classic speeder look. I mean, as much as I enjoy the cool, fancy spaceship that we've got, there's a certain joy to flying around in the classic look speeder. Anyway, we need to get out here and look for the parts of that ship, and we will again pretend that we're the only people out here, and that any other players we see are simply figments of our imagination, something that we're hallucinating as we continue about our business. For example, there's a piece. We took it. Here's another one. We'll get that too. Keep your eyes open for more glowing stuff in the water, and then you can shout at me through space and time if I miss it. Oh, there's one. And I think I saw another just to the left of this one through the trees. So we're all set. Gonk. Did somebody say gonk? I think someone did. There we go. Investigate detected debris readings. Okay. We can do that. No prob, Bob. No prob, Bob. And it'll be just around the river bend, I think. Nobody saw anything. Just a figment of our imagination. It's a what-if story over there. That's all it is, just a what-if. I'm having too much fun with Knights of the Fallen Empire to have it ruined by the fact that it's part of an MMO. We'll just pretend that this is Knights of the Old Republic 3. Oop. Right, I meant dismount, obviously. But that's fine. You do your thing. Notice he's got the same gun as Katuva. Makes you wonder, how did Katuva get that gun? Well, obviously the answer is from the cartel market, but we'll pretend that it makes us wonder. We'll pretend in that way. Just as we did in those days. Uh-oh, Sky Troopers.
Where that came from.
And go. We don't want them escaping. Please die where you are. Thank you. Good stuff. Robot enemies. All that stuff. Oh no, an alpha.
Target down.
But how about this target?
Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
That one's down too, of course. Understandably. You think they'll stand up to this?
I can do this all day.
They didn't. They did not stand up to it. Okay, we gotta get in here. Obviously the Empire's troops, Arkan's troops, are here. So we'll need to be careful about that. Because we don't want them knowing exactly where we are. If they find out, they'll be able to discover the Gravestone, which we definitely don't want them finding. Okay. I'm just going to come over here.
On offense.
There we go. Need to be careful. Come on, hurry up.
Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
Excellent. A fuel cell is just what we could use right now. So I'll grab this while you grab that.
It's destiny. I ditch all these parts before we crash. We find the Gravestone, and then what do we need to get it flying? Honestly, it's plain as day.
I don't believe in destiny, Koth.
Not for Lana, though. For her, it's all just skill and luck and coincidence.
Relying on fate to get you out of trouble will always leave you disappointed. Better to rely on yourself.
I can't believe you two. Just wait and see. I know I'm right on this.
Okay.
Lana's told me about all the things you've done. More than once. Half the reason I agreed to this crazy rescue was to see if you were actually real. So, I figure
I'm
I
here.
know all about your past. You deserve to know mine.
Oh,
Lana might
well.
have told you I was the captain of a warship during Arkan's campaign against the Core Worlds. My crew and I deserted, but I'm not going to pretend we didn't do our share of damage beforehand. Just thought you should hear it from me.
Lana mentioned that you deserted instead of following orders. What was the order?
We were holding territory on Denon. Locals rioted and Orders were to open fire until they stopped. None of us even wanted to be there. Massacring civilians? That's not how Zakul is supposed to operate.
And yet...
I guess that's how Archon operates.
Which is why he has to go. One more thing, as long as we're being honest. When you risked your life to shut that generator down, you showed me that you're someone I can count on. I want to take Archon down, but we don't have to take down all of Zakul with him. I'm glad to know you understand that too.
I'm hoping that's not the only thing we have in common.
His curiosity has been
out, huh?
piqued.
Come on, let's get this stuff back to the Gravestone.
Request. Please rendezvous at my current coordinates at your earliest convenience, Masters. I require assistance.
Uh-oh.
Droid.
Sounds like he's in trouble.